A critical race theory creeps into classrooms across the country. One Rhode Island mom is taking matters into her own hands after she was refused answers to the teachings in her daughter's future kindergarten classroom. Nicole Solis filed suit over, over 160 public records requests. But now the South Kingstown School District they're considering suing her now. They're going to meet today. Nicole joins us now with more. Good morning, Nicole.
Hi, Ainsley.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So why did you want to be so brave? There's so many parents that are concerned about this, but they don't want to speak out because they're fearful of retaliation.
You're right. It's a real risk to be retaliated against. As you can see, I am being retaliated against. I wanted to speak out because I have to fight for my daughter's education. And I'm in a special position. I don't have a job to lose because I'm a stay-at-home mom. My daughter is just starting out in school, so, if I have to send her to private school, I will. And I think it's really important for parents to start asking more questions because the more parents that ask more questions, the harder it will be for schools to retaliate against a lot of parents.
What information were you asking for?
So when I enrolled my daughter in the school, I wanted to know if they were doing anything with gender theory or anti-racism. I called the principal and I was told that they don't refer to kids as boys and girls. They have a common practice of doing this. I was also told that they refrain from using gender terminology in general. In terms of anti-racism, I was told that kids in kindergarten are asked what could have been done differently at Thanksgiving. And this struck me as a way to shame children for their American heritage. When I asked more questions, I wasn't really getting clear or meaningful answers. And so I said, well, let me see the curriculum. I got a lot of runaround. I couldn't see the curriculum in school. I asked for a tour. I still haven't had a tour after over 30 days later. And finally, the principal and the school committee told me to submit a public records request, which is called an APRA request. That stands for Access to Public Records Act. The school district has a link on their website where you can go and type in the documents that you want to see. I got the curriculum. I didn't see any evidence of gender theory or anti-racism in it, but I knew that they were still teaching it somehow in schools. So I realized that I could use the APRA request system to get answers to my other questions. And so I started submitting my questions in the form of public records requests. I had a lot of questions, so I had a lot of public records requests. It didn't seem to be a problem. The school district was complying within the statutory time period to give me my documents. They have to respond within 10 days. They can ask for an extension if it's a particularly large, request. Again, it didn't seem to be a problem. In fact, a school committee member casually remarked on my APRA requests in an email. Now
they're meeting tonight to determine if they're going to sue you?
Correct. So I'm doing what they told me to do, and now they're having a meeting.
You're a taxpayer. You're just trying to get some answers.
Exactly. I have a lot of questions. I'm asking them. I wish that my questions could have been answered without having to do it this way, but they told me to do it this way.
Well, obviously, if they're not answering your questions, they're teaching something that they're trying to hide from you, it seems, correct?
It seems, right, yeah. They're being opaque about it.
All right,
so,
well, here's...
and
Nicole, let me read what the school sent us. They said, the school committee said they're taking important policy steps to ensure our district's curriculum dismantles racism and addresses inequities in our community. It's incredibly disheartening that any individual, particularly one without children in our district, I know your daughter is going there next year, would work so hard to distract from and derail our efforts to make our schools more equitable, inclusive, and empowering for all of our students by eradicating any harmful practices or prejudices through equity and anti-racism teachings. Racism and hate have no place in our district. Really quickly, your response.
I need to know the parameters and the metrics and the objective standards by which they are going to achieve all those results, and they won't give it to me. They told me they don't have responsive documents on how exactly they're going to achieve all these results they want, and I want more answers, and parents need to start asking more questions.
Okay, you said private school is an option for your daughter next year if you don't get these answers.
Absolutely,
All right.
especially if I'm being targeted in this way.
That's right. Thank you, Nicole. Thanks for being brave.